What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we got an update on Anthony Joshua John Stewart. You can see it here, Anthony Joshua. I'm not going to click the article because it's bare annoying. There's too many ads and it's lagging my ish up. So, anyway, Anthony Joshua unable to punch properly. Oh, you ain't lying there. Punching from it, slinging from his hip and that. But listen, outside of the technical elements, it says here Anthony Joshua unable to punch properly with boxing return delayed by mystery injury. Now, Ring Magazine 8 hours ago put an article out. Let's go through that quick time. AJ will return to camp in 8 weeks due to injury. So they're basically looking at a return in May. I mean, best part of May, right? Knocking on for June. But call it end of May. And he's going to look to fight in September. So he'll have been out the ring for a full year. Yeah? Proper mad. Anyway, here's the bars. Anthony Joshua will return to full camp in 8 weeks after a mysterious injury to the top half of his body. Take it. You should calm people. Stop playing, man. It was the bottom half. He been at Diddy party. He been partying with Diddy. Call a spade here. Yeah? Anthony Joshua been hanging out with Tank Davis in a Diddy booty grease, and his bottom half's been injured, allegedly. That makes... Skins was there, man. Stop playing with me, man. Skins was there. Come on, people. Who here thinks Skins weren't partying with Diddy and Gervonta Tank Davis and a whole bunch of booty grease that ended up in... incidentally ended up in Tank Davis's eye? Stop playing, man. Yeah, Skins was there, AJ was there, and he's hurt his bottom half. No doubt about it. Stop playing with me. Very annoying. Anyway... AJ will return to camp in 8 weeks after a mysterious injury. Mysterious as well. Come on, people. What's mysterious about it? What have he done? Whatever these bones are called here, you say, oh, yeah. I'll snap this. But even if you did snap it, you'd have snapped it a year ago, September. Come on. It don't take that long. After September, Dubois said, I'm happy to fill you in again. I'm happy to have another go on you in February. No problem. Yeah? AJ said, well, I could probably do April. Unless has he re-injured his hand in training? He ain't been in camp like that to re-injure it. Anyway, mysterious injury. Pause. Anthony Joshua will return to full camp in 8 weeks after a mysterious injury. Pause. To the top, allegedly bottom half of his body ahead of a potential return to the ring before the summer is out. Joshua's last appearance was his crushing blah 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 blah. He had openly spoken of his desire to return in order to finally secure the long-awaited battle of the biggest bum of Britain against Tyson Fury, only for the Yippo King to announce his retirement from boxing and resume his career in landscaping. That's what it says here, 100%. Ring Magazine, people, ain't gonna lie to you. Who do you think is Ring Magazine lying? They told you. Tyson Fury is retired from boxing and resuming his career, the familial career of landscaping, okay? So that's his choice. Fair play to him, man. Work is work. As reported by The Ring earlier this month, Joshua's long-term promoter / Mandinga owner, Massa Hearns, believes the two-time world champion will only fight again if it's against the returning Fury or a shot at revenge against Dubois. Stop lying, Eddie, man. AJ will fight when Massa Hearns tells him to fight. But he believes. Yeah? If he got some more juice in him to squeeze out, Massa Hearn's gonna squeeze that juice out. You know what I mean? Oh, it's his decision looking ass, dude. It's not his decision at all. It goes on. But Hearn confirmed that the 35-year-old AJ is currently unable to return to full training anyway because of an injury. Once that is cleared, however, he could be in a position to box in September. I get it. AJ's washed up. Yeah? There's no point doing a rebuild. But come on, man. There's a bunch of men hanging around. What about Wilder? Why can't you fight Wilder? Have there been any open communications for Wilder? Wilder's not doing nothing. Listen, as finished as Wilder may be, I struggle to believe if an AJ fight is offered, he's not going to take that. What's that minimum? 10 million. Yeah, minimum. Who ain't going to take that? Why not? Wilder's got punched up by Zhang, punched up by Parker, getting punched up again for 10 million. It's not like he's on now. So I don't know why Team AJ aren't reaching out. I think the Dubois situation, well, he's going to fight Usyk. Or someone. Maybe if it's not, to be fair, if the WBO and Parker situation goes the way of the ordering, then maybe Dubois would go for AJ. But still, I'm not necessarily against AJ fighting Wilder in the meantime. Yeah, the argument is, well, I believe the rematch clause, it only lasts a year. So that's where they're getting this September date from. The September date is based on, we're going to keep bootlicking for Tyson Fury and begging him to come back. And if he doesn't come back from a whole bunch of bootlicking, we're going to stick the rematch clause on Dubois. But then again, how's that going to work if Dubois engaged with Usyk? Right? I don't know the particulars of the contract, how it even works, how you can have another fight if you've got a rematch clause. I'm trying to think of an example. Who was it? That was it. Crawford versus Spence took place. And if I remember correctly, Crawford spent a year out of the ring where Spence was just playing with him. Oh, we're doing immediately after, for the few months after, Spence was saying the rematch is definitely happening. Then it wasn't happening. And I think at the time Crawford said, I can't fight because I'm in this rematch clause situation. As it happens, Crawford likes fighting once a year, so I don't necessarily believe that. So I don't know the particulars. What we know is Dubois was going to fight Parker, so it can't be exclusionary. It can't have stopped him fighting. And even if he didn't have the rematch clause, Dubois is going to take that, right? Even if there's no rematch clause. Let's say he fights Usyk, and then we're talking about January Q1 26. If AJ's begging for Dubois to have another go on him, yeah, for 10 million plus, why would Dubois not? So you don't even really need a contract if you're AJ. AJ could really fight anyone. Who ain't gonna want? Usyk could have another go on him, right? Usyk got no problem making a trilogy of goes on AJ, like Diddy did allegedly. Yeah, he was dead ass up again. Why not? If I was in Usyk's position, I'd fight. Never mind Chisora 4 times like Fury. I'd fight AJ 4 times. Yeah. And tear their ass up 4 times and get paid big money, big shmoney 4 times. But anyway, the way I come at the game is I like to think of it from a purist point of view. And from a purist point of view, I don't care how... He's only 35, he's not 45. He's got another 2 or 3 good years in there. He's not a drinker. He's not a sniffer. He stays in the gym. He's arguably got another good 3 years. And there's fights to be had. Good money fights as well. Dillian Whyte. Wilder. Fury at some point in the next 2 or 3 years. I'll be very shocked. Dubois. He wants it. I'm not necessarily saying it's a good fight, but throw that one in there as well. There's 4 fights there. Taking a year out. Now, is he really injured? Maybe he really is injured. This seems to me political. They're trying to hang out the back of Fury, hoping he'll come back. That's what I believe they're doing. Stretching it out as long as possible to the very last minute. I don't like it though. Stay active. I'm trying to think what fighters really made a career of being inactive. Canelo tends to fight twice a year on the dot most of the time. In his prime, he fought almost 3 times a year at points. And that's when he looked his best. Inactive fighters, anything, if you don't do it a lot, you can be in the gym all you want. When you're a top, what do they call it? A top purse fighter. That's not the right word, but you get the point. When you're fighting for big money in big events, it's nothing like it. Yeah, the crowd, well, not so much with Saudi, but the crowd, the event, that is different to getting up on a Wednesday morning and going to the gym with guys you know you're sparring in 16-ounce gloves, big head guard on. It's completely different. A year's too long, man. There's loads of man hanging around as well. Dillian Whyte, what's he can do? And I think who knows? Dillian Whyte's hanging around still. That fight's not going nowhere. I'll be very shocked if AJ doesn't fight Fury, but very shocked as well if AJ doesn't fight Dillian Whyte again, to be honest. Why wouldn't he at this point? But get on it now. Take some of these Wilder and Dillian Whytes out now. in my opinion. And it also gives you a platform to lure Tyson Fury back. Tyson Fury, whatever you say about him, AJ's never really come with good bars on Fury, but I reckon, yeah, let's say AJ gets in there and clips Dillian Whyte at the O2, for example, and he gets on the blower, yeah, he gets on the microphone and says, "You see, you big useless tarmacker, you are getting it, yeah," something like that. You ducked me with your retirement. Put some bars out there, mate. It's not rocket science what he's doing. You ducked me. Yeah, you knew I was coming for you. We both got punched up twice by Usyk, and you knew I was having to go on you next. Yeah, you knew that. That's why you ran off. You've been running off. And you can even bring up the historical bars. In 2019, before I fought Andy Ruiz the first time, you didn't want it. You and Wilder was sitting there giggling on Twitter saying, "Oh, we're going to ruin AJ's career." Proper corny. "Oh, yeah, we'll fight and we'll cuck AJ." That's what they was doing on Instagram, on Twitter, sorry. Proper embarrassing. So AJ, throw them bars out there. Is Fury going to sit there and take it? He might do, but even if he does, you've won then. You've proper called him out. No messing around like the normal corny AJ bars. These kind of new age bars. "Oh, well, I'm happy to fight Fury, but I mean, he's a really good fighter and I respect him a lot. And if he wants to stay retired, then I respect him being happy with his family." All that kind of rubbish, man. That's not going to... Fury's like, "Okay, I'll take that." Yeah? "Oh, I know, all these kind of bars as well. "Oh, well, I know Fury would fight me if he was still active. I know he's not scared." Well, that's not going to sell a fight at all. That's not encourage Fury to get back in the ring. So put it on him. Knock Dillian Whyte out, for example, or Wilder, in better fashion than Fury did, or Zhang did, 7 rounds, which isn't... I mean, if you get in there and get stuck in on Wilder, man, it shouldn't take that long. He's finished, yeah? But Dillian Whyte, certainly, he's proper... Wilder's... I mean, that's another good one as well, Wilder and Dillian Whyte, but less likely. If Wilder's not going to get in the ring for... Well, he should do, but Dillian Whyte fight's nowhere near the scale of the AJ fight. These are the plays, man. The Dubois play, I just think to myself, the argument is strategically, if I was Massa Hearns, I'd probably be thinking, well, we want to try and lose to Dubois again and then fight Fury before we go down the Wilder fight. And that, given the position of Wilder and Dillian Whyte, AJ could lose to Fury, lose to Dubois again, and still Wilder and Dillian Whyte are going to be hanging there in the back. They're the backup options. Yeah? So, who knows, man, but either way, it's not the best, in my opinion. Stay active. Maybe he really is injured. I tend not to believe it, man. They've been stringing it out for a minute. They've been stringing this one out. And Hearn gives it away here. Here's the quotes. When questioned what specifically was AJ's injury, Hearn said, "It's the bottom half of his body since he returned from the Diddy party with Skins." So there you go. That's what he said here. Yeah? The bottom half of his body. He went to a Diddy party with Tank Davis and Skins, and he's 100% the bottom half. I can't tell you what part of the bottom half, but his bottom half is off key. That's what it says in his article. I'm just telling you right now what it says there. You can read it for yourself. Stop playing with me. Eddie Hearn goes on to say, "Nothing major, but it means he'll be returning to training." It means that he's been returning to training and it's not quite ready to turn back to camp. He needs about another 8 weeks until he can punch properly. You're looking at April to May start till he can start camp properly, so it leads us back to the end of the summer. It's all a bit outside of the Diddy parties, which are alleged. Take that out of the situation, for example. It's all a bit, oh no, I can't tell you what exactly. You'd know exactly what it was. And if it was something that was real, you'd just say, yeah, he broke this bone in his hand. He didn't have no problems after the Bois fight. He didn't have no problems after that. He didn't. So, and AJ and Hearn have been LARPing for a while. Oh yeah, we were going to step in and fight Parker. Yeah, we were going to do this. You weren't going to do none of that. You didn't even want to fight Dubois in February with a full camp. Never mind step in and fight Parker on 24 hours notice. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it.